So hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. So as I said in my previous videos, I'd be also showing you who I think is my favourite World 11 team ever. Like who has ever played, who I've watched played. So I've tried to stay away really from Pele because I didn't really get to watch Pele growing up. I've seen highlights of him but not watched him live, not been able to see like full game highlights or a full season of his play. So I haven't really added players like him in there or Maradona. But I have added players that I have, as I'm 36, watched in my time growing up as my World 11. And in the top team, I've also got my favourite World 11 currently at this moment in time. As you see, I've used this Match Attax Dream Team Wall Chart to do this two teams of World 11s. And that's from, if you watch my car boot video, that is actually what was one of the things that came in the tin. There was actually no cards to rip, so there's a few little puzzles that I've actually started completing, and I had this little wall chart, so I thought, why not? So let's get straight into it, and do feel free to put in your World 11s, whether that's forever or currently, because it would be nice to know what other football fans do actually feel. So let's get into it. My World Team 11, World Ever. Let's start with goalkeeper. And in goal, to start off with, is Buffon. So if we know, like me growing up, I watched a lot of Italian football, and to be extremely honest, there's been no keeper that I believe has been able to pull off some of the saves he has against some of the players he has in all types of tournaments, and has kept as many clean sheets as he has. So Buffon is straight in to goalkeeper. At right back, I had a few choices. I didn't know where to go with them, but in the end, I settled with Cafu because he was pacey. He got up and down the right defence, and also he could play in the central defence. So he'd be able to help out my centre defender, who I actually put in as John Terry. And the reason I put John Terry in is because I added John Terry in there with Alessandro Nesta. Because I think as two centre-backs, those two centre-backs could be two of the best centre-back partnership ever. Nesta was strong, a leader, and he was also had a little bit of pace, something that John Terry lacked in, which is why I put Cafu on the side with John Terry, because I believe Cafu would be able to help John Terry out a bit, although John Terry is the leader. And with those three at the back, that's a very strong centre three if you wanted to go into a 3-5-2 in attack, because on the left, there's no doubt who had to be on the left, and that is, sorry about this, I'm trying something new, Roberto Carlos. There's no other left winger that I think competes with Roberto Carlos. Whether his defensive skills were lacking at some points, but from his attacking position, from left back, he was undeniably one of the best. Undeniably one of the best free kick takers as well. So yeah, there was no doubt but Roberto Carlos. I know some people may feel a bit off about the John Terry in there. I know a lot of people may not put John Terry in there, but with me looking at it as my world squad that would be able to beat any team that would put up against them, I believe Nesta and Terry in central defence is a very strong partnership, and with two Brazilians on right and left back, it helps maintain an attacking sense. Now, on the right of midfield, no doubt, but it has to be Stevie G. Like, this guy was energetic. He was a leader. He could pass. He could defend. He could play spraying balls from anywhere in midfield. There was no doubt, as a Liverpool fan, I had to pull him in there. Funnily enough, next I put in that central defensive central midfield place was Patrick Vieira. And as I said, this is me growing up. And me growing up watching Patrick Vieira play for Arsenal and France, he was just unstoppable. Like, the amount of players that he did have to play against, and some of his centre midfield battles were the best. Like, in with Roy Keane, in with Stevie G. These battles were some of the best in the Premier League, and he maintained his play. He wasn't a very overly pacey player, but on the ball, defensively, he was unstoppable, to be extremely honest. So as I've got Stevie G on the right, I had to put Vieira in the centre mid. On the left midfield now, I put Zidane, because giftedly with the ball, Zidane was one of the best. Like, other than Ronaldinho, I say he was one of the best on the ball for me growing up. Like, ball control, I'm talking. So yeah, without fail, Zidane had to get in there. So as you see, my team, as I say, I'm trying to build a team. It's not just by players I obviously like, but it's also building a team, because as we've seen over the years, teams like Man City and Chelsea, they've spent a lot of money and the players don't gel. Same with Real Madrid sometimes. So I'm gone for a team and a squad that I believe would be able to compete with any other team that was put up against them. So with the fort, as I said, with John Terry and Nesta holding central defence, and Cafu and Roberto Carlos, two Brazilian left backs and right backs that were able to get forward, and believing that Roberto Carlos may be more forward than Cafu, which could help drop into a 3. I've same kind of thought of with my midfield. So Gerrard can play anywhere along this midfield. Vieira preferably would be a defensive midfielder, and Zidane would play on anywhere he wants to. So with Gerrard and Zidane having 3 roles, the world is their oyster. On the right wing now, considering the season he's had here, the last few seasons, and the way he's competed in Champions League as well, there's no doubt I have to put Mo Salah in my team. And I put him on the right because, as a Liverpool fan, of course, I would love to see these two on the right together attacking. That's Mo Salah and Stevie G. So as I say, I thought about how my team plays, and in the centre, of course, there's no doubt who's in the centre forward position, because he is the best centre forward I ever seen. He is the GOAT. Of course, it is Lionel Messi. Do I need to say more? Now, the next question is, who's on the left wing? Looking at my left wing, who would you think's on the left wing? I know a lot of you are thinking it's CR7, but no, CR7 doesn't make my first 11. Ronaldinho does. And yes, I understand Ronaldo has got a very good scoring record, but I'm looking at a squad here, and I believe Ronaldinho and Zidane on that side is magical. The same way Salah and Gerrard on that side is magical. Vieira is able to hold that centre midfield. Messi just does Messi. Roberto Carlos coming up that left, helping Zidane and Ronaldinho, would be unstoppable. Of course, we needed to add some substitutes in there. And of course, yes, I can't leave him out because he's undeniably one of the GOATs. But in my squad, I couldn't really see where I fit him. I wouldn't switch him for Gerrard or Vieira or Zidane. He would have to be up here. And the way I love Salah at the moment and the way Salah plays, I can't put him ahead of Salah. So CR7, although we're being a little strop, of course, he may have to sit on the bench in this World 11 here. Now, of course, as I say, I'm thinking of a squad here. So when I'm thinking of a squad, who else can I put at the back that can be able to play in numerous positions? It had to be Philipp Lahm. And as I say, these are players that I've watched growing up. I've seen them play for their clubs. I've seen them play in Champions League. I've seen them play World Cups, European Cups. And what I've seen from them has just been spectacular. So as I say, all these players never let us down. Like, all these players were never let downs. Never. None of them. Like Lahm as well. The reason I put Lahm is because he is a right back, but he can also play left back with his right foot. And also, if you know Philip Lahm, as he got into his older years, he used to play in the centre back. So Philip Lahm was unquestionably had to be in the team just for that, let alone he scores some goals and he creates a lot of assists, something we needed. And my final substitute, because I tried to do one defender, one midfielder, and one striker that I would have liked to put in the squad, but unfortunately didn't make it, and that is Andre Pirlo. And Pirlo, again, as I say, just like Lahm, he can play anywhere in that midfield. And in fact, Pirlo, we can slap him there, right where Salah is, and Salah can move anywhere. So I do believe this squad, as a World 11 with 3 substitutes, would actually be unbeatable. If you think you have a team that could beat them, put it in the comments, feel free. Now let's get to today's football. Who would I put in goal? Of course, the number 1 goalkeeper, good with his feet. And to be extremely honest, I was considering him pulling in my World 11, but Buffon was just, I couldn't pass over Buffon. Like, there was Dida, there was Oliver Kahn. I even considered Peter Schmeichel, but Alisson definitely makes my team for the World 11 right now. We'll go straight to the right back as we did up there. And to be extremely honest, even though we may leave Liverpool this season, there's undoubtedly one of the best right backs at this moment in time for me is Trent Alexander-Arnold. I was very close after watching the last few games of PSG and seeing Achraf Hakimi play. I was very close to putting him in there as well, but I haven't seen him do it consistently for more seasons like Trent has. And Trent is one of the best passers in the ball. He competes with our lad down here for being one of the best passers of the ball. Yeah. In centre-back, had to be Rudiger. And who do we put him up there with? We slap him in central defence with Van Dijk. Because Rudiger, no matter how old he gets, no matter what club he plays for, he bosses that central defence. No striker, no attacking midfielder can think they're coming against Rudiger and are going to bully him. And in fact, he enjoys the bullying. And putting him there with Van Dijk, I think them two, just like John Terry and Alessandro Nesta, I think those 2 central defenders may be too strong for some attackers, for most attackers. So I just had to put them in there. And as Trent does like to get forward, we needed some strength at the back and we needed 2 leaders. On the left, and as I say, this is my favourite squad. And if this is going by if these players were also fit, because unfortunately for this guy, he's always getting injured. But every time he plays, I just love the way he plays on the left. And with him and Trent on either wing, I think that is a very attacking wing backs. Because I'd like to show that I am trying to play a very attacking, and the only place if you see that are very strong is central defence in the sense of defensive minded. Obviously, we've got Patrick Vieira in that centre midfield there, but I've tried to keep it as fluent players that I believe would play together amazingly and not just go by my heart, but go by my manager brain, because we've all grown up with Championship Manager. We all grew up with Football Manager. We all grew up with LMA Manager. I believe I used to do very well in those games because I used to win tournaments with all types of clubs, and finding players was something that I used to think. So, as we say, I thought, let me do my World 11. On the right midfield now, and I've actually put him on the right midfield, and you'll see why afterwards, is Lamine Yamal. And as I say, as we're looking very attacking-minded teams, Lamel has to drop back a bit from the right wing and put him on right mid. Trent will be able to push forward, which will push Lamel forward, and we'll see what our right winger will be able to do. In centre midfield, without doubt, because they are playing, they are two of the best players currently at this moment in time. Pedri, like, if you just watch Pedri play, you know this guy is the key player in Barcelona right now. Lamine Yamal is doing things, he is lighting up the stage, but what gets it ticking is this little guy here. And he ain't no little guy, he's the big guy, but he's the main man there. And on the left midfield, from what I would say as my current favourite 11, that I believe if we put them together, they could be unbeatable, is Jamal Musiala. And the thought with this is, as you see, is playing more in his more favourite position as left mid, I'd say, compared to Lamel. Lamel would rather be right winger. Musiala is more of a midfielder, and as I haven't really done what I've done with Patrick Vieira and put a very strong central defensive midfielder in there, I thought Musiala, although he's an attacking midfielder, those three, they're workers. And that was my thought planning why I also dropped Lamel back there, because Lamel will work, and with Trent obviously pushing a bit more forward, we know Yamal will be able to do a lot more pushing forward, and he'll run back. Same with Pedri, same with Musiala. These are workers. These are workers. And that's why that midfield's like that. And I'll explain why as well after I've got to my right wing. My right wing, without doubt, as we've got him in the right wing in the favourite team ever, of course, is in the favourite team at this moment, Mo Salah. Centre forward. Now, centre forward, I was very close, and I was picking and humming and ahhing as who to put. There was two choices currently, and Lewandowski was one of them, and Haaland was the other one. And I didn't have much other thoughts on any others that I settled on, other than Harry Kane. And the reason I put Harry Kane in there finally, in the end, was because Harry Kane is actually just won his first cup at Bayern Munich, and I was a doubter. I was thinking he's in a Tottenham squad and Son was doing all the work and Kane was just getting easy chances. But then when I look at his record and look how he's competed in Bayern in Germany, he's the best centre forward at this moment in time in his old age. And yes, Lewandowski is that guy. Lewandowski is that guy, always has been that guy. But I think the highlight would need to go on Kane right now. Has to be. As a just straight centre forward. He deserves it, so I've had to put him in there. And I'm sorry, but the last position on this left wing goes to Kvaratskhelia. And my thought plan in that is, if you watch this guy play, in a couple of years, this guy may be known as one of the best footballers, because he's got just, I don't know how to put it. He seems like he's a Letizia, or he seems like he even plays like he's a Ronaldinho in that sense, like left wing even, funnily enough. But he does seem like he has that, like, just ease of play, and he's just, everything he does is with ease, but it looks so difficult, and he does it at pace, and he's a workaholic. So that is my World 11 team currently at the moment that I believe could be unbeatable. And as I say, as I've not just put players, I've thought about a squad. Mo Salah and Yamal can interchange at any time. Salah can drop back, Yamal can push forward. Harry Kane would always be up there, straight. He doesn't like to get back. You stay there. You just stay centre forward position. Yamal will get the balls to you. Pedri will get the balls to you. Salah will get the balls to you. Musiala will get the ball to you. Kvaratskhelia will get the balls to you. And that's all he needs. That's all he needs. Providers, and he's got that all around him. So, as I say, I thought about a squad, and as I say, Musiala and Kvaratskhelia can also interchange. So, just like down here, Salah and Gerrard can interchange, Ronaldinho and Zidane can interchange, Gerrard. I thought about it's not just people that are strong in one position. It's players that can play multiple positions because their quality is above another standard, and that's a football standard. So let's get to the bench. Who made the bench of current? And to be honest, I had to put the defender Saliba. And the reason I put Saliba is he can also play anywhere along that defence, anywhere. And his pace would be very helpful in case we needed to switch someone off here. Like we could switch Trent off, or we could switch even any midfielder off and push Trent forward, push Alphonso forward, and Saliba can go anywhere along there. Rudiger can go on the right or the left back. So yeah, and Saliba is a stalwart. Keep an eye out for him, people, and watch him play. He's the ticking clock for Arsenal's defence. Yes, Gabriel's up there, but Saliba, when I've watched him play, he deserves a place in my top team. My midfielder for this current team is Declan Rice, funnily enough. And he's someone that a lot of people may look at my squad and think, you know what, Alphonso Davies may be questionable in there for some people. Saliba on the bench, he's on the bench. Rice actually being in the squad over some of the other midfielders we've got currently is quite surprising. But I've had to think, in that midfield, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Musiala, we need someone that can also play that little bit defensive if we need to. And Declan Rice is someone that can sit and hold back. Yes, he scored in a couple bangers from free kicks. Yes, he can create a lot of assists. But really, I think his best position is sitting in midfield and just mopping up what he can and spreading it. And I think that's his best position. So due to that, I've had to put him in the squad because Camavinga, I think, unlike Alphonso Davies, Camavinga, he gets injured too much and he's seen as more of an attacking midfielder than he is defensive. And he's really predominantly started off as a defensive style midfielder. So yeah, Camavinga didn't make it because I think his defensive skills don't live it up. Whereas Declan Rice, it does live it up a little. And on the bench as well is Rafinha. And I think considering the season Rafinha's had, and considering Rafinha can still play in any of these 6 positions as well, he had to also be in the squad. So I hope you like my World 11. Let's get it right. My World 11. Ever and my World 11 current. And yes, I didn't put Messi and Ronaldo in there currently because Messi's over in America. And to be extremely honest, I don't watch American football. Yes, I see he's scoring goals, but he's playing in the MLS. And Ronaldo, yeah, he's over Saudi Arabia having fun. So yeah, Dubai League. I haven't really put them in there because yes, Messi's in my World Ever squad. So of course, Messi on form, he has to be. But right now, if I wanted to put a team together right this second, excluding Alphonso Davies' little injury that he's going through at the moment, that would be my teams. So yeah, put in your comments what you think your favourite squads would be, whether that be World 11, whether that be your current World 11. Tell me where you think I'm acting silly with my positioning. Like, as I say, a lot of people may not get why I put Alphonso there. A lot of people may say, why have I put Lamine Yamal at right mid and why have I not got him there? Some people may question Kane. I know a lot of people see why Gerrard's in there, but may question it. Haters. I think John Terry may be a questionable one for some of you as well, possibly. But tell me another centre too. And I didn't really want to go just Nesta and Maldini. I didn't. We got Booth on there though. Come on. We got Nesta there. Really, I should have finished it off, but I think Terry does deserve a shout because, yeah, watching him play as a grown up, this guy was unstoppable, and what made it so weird to me, which showed not weird, but it was highlighted to me that how good this player is John Terry is so slow, but he read the game so well, and also how many goals did he score? And as I say, I want goals, I want attack, I want fluid play, I want possession, I want long balls to the right centre forwards. I want that type of play. Yeah, so yeah, there's my favourite 211 teams. And thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And we'll be back to the mindset and the talking videos next week. Thank you.